In the shining heart of the Galactic Council chamber, where the light of 847 species converged, Ambassador Chen Wei of Earth stood in silence. The hall was a cathedral of stars, translucent walls pulsing with the rhythm of quantum suns. Around him, alien envoys murmured in thousands of dialects, yet the air was still heavy with judgment. Across the chamber, the High Magistrate Velair of the Zintian Collective rose, his crystalline scales catching the blue light. Humanity, he hissed, has violated the Treaty of Orion. You have settled colonies in the neutral sectors, territory that belongs to the Zintian bloodline. Chen bowed slightly, his expression unreadable. With respect, Magistrate Velair, those sectors contained lost human colony ships, survivors from before the hyperlane collapse. We were not expanding. We were rescuing our own. Velair's eyes hardened. Rescue or conquest, it matters little. You will evaluate within 48 hours, or the Zintian Collective will consider this an act of war. The chamber erupted in chaos. The Kryn emissaries clicked an alarm, the Vidian delegation hissed, and the old Thalax just whispered, another war of pride. Chen did not raise his voice. He only said, we will not abandon our people. Then he walked out, already transmitting the coded message known as Protocol Omega. It was a phrase humanity had never used before. 48 hours later, the colony world of New Haven faced its apocalypse. 200 Zintian warships appeared in orbit, their plasma drives painting the night red. The colony's 12 orbital defense stations stood little chance. But humans had learned from 1,000 years of suffering. From the dark side of the moon, Admiral James Kowalski's 43 stealth warships decloaked like ghosts. Railgun rounds, tungsten rods accelerated to 9 kilometers per second, tore through Zintian hulls before their shields even registered contact. Within minutes, the sky was a graveyard. 187 Zintian ships disintegrated. Humanity lost 3. As the smoke cleared, the colony's broadcast reached the council. This is New Haven. The attack has failed. We are still here. Back on Earth, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, historian of interstellar warfare, watched the footage and whispered. This wasn't war. It was education. They have no idea what humanity truly is. Velair's defeat humiliated the collective. Within weeks, he assembled the largest fleet in half a millennium, 4,000 ships, armed with plasma lances and singularity cannons. They marched toward the human frontier. But humanity did not meet them head-on. They had learned subtlety. The USS Shadow and her fleet of stealth corvettes struck first, not at the Zintian armada, but at its lifelines. Fuel depots vanished in silent implosions. Supply convoys drifted into black holes created by artificial gravity mines. Every time the Zintians prepared to strike, their ships found themselves out of power, out of food, or chasing false signals. By the time the Zintian armada reached the Sol system, they were exhausted, hungry, and desperate. Velair stood on his command deck and screamed, "We will burn their homeworld." But what he found in orbit around Earth was not weakness. It was a trap, centuries in the making. As the Zintian fleet crossed Jupiter's orbit, Admiral Kowalski's calm voice came through every human channel. Shadow fleets, engage. Begin Operation Archangel. From the asteroid belt, thousands of dormant drones awoke, each carrying a fusion warhead. The vacuum lit up with artificial dawns as explosions cascaded like a chain of suns. The Zintians panicked, their formations shattered. Within 6 hours, 2,400 Zintian ships were gone. The rest surrendered or fled. Velair's flagship was crippled and boarded. When human marines stormed the bridge, they found the magistrate kneeling, his crystalline armor cracked. "You are monsters," he spat. Admiral Kowalski looked down at him. "No. We're survivors." Instead of execution or enslavement, the captured Zintians were given food, water, and medicine. Humanity built entire orbiting hospitals for their wounded. This confused the galaxy more than any victory could. Dr. Tanaka, interviewing Velair in his containment chamber, asked, "Do you understand now what makes humanity different?" Velair sneered. You win wars like demons, yet you show mercy like saints. What are you? Tanaka smiled sadly. We are what's left after our own extinction. We killed billions of ourselves before we learned what peace costs. Now, restraint is our weapon. When human troops landed on Zenith Prime, they did not bombard cities. They disarmed soldiers, restored power grids, and distributed food. The civilians, expecting slaughter, watched in awe as human engineers repaired their broken systems. The war ended in 11 days. Zenithian casualties were staggering: 400,000 soldiers dead, 2.3 million captured, but only 12,000 civilians lost. Human losses numbered 14,000 dead, 31,000 wounded. For the first time in galactic history, the victor mourned the enemy. 5 months later, the Galactic Council convened again. Humanity proposed a new code, the Treaty of Humanity, defining the ethics of interstellar warfare, protection of civilians, humane treatment of prisoners, and the right to survival. Many species protested, fearing Earth's growing moral authority. Ambassador Chen stood before them and said, "We used only 30% of our defense capability. The rest remains in reserve, not for domination, but deterrence." Velair, now humbled, spoke next. Humans are terrifying not because they destroy, but because they choose not to. The room fell silent. Even the Kryn, who worship strength, bowed their antennae. 5 years passed. Under the Treaty of Humanity, the galaxy entered a fragile peace. Human peacekeepers patrolled disputed sectors, enforcing the new laws with precision and fairness. Dr. Tanaka published The Fifth Dawn, a chronicle of the war's lessons. The first dawn was discovery. The second, ambition. The third, destruction. The fourth, survival. And the fifth, the dawn of restraint. Humanity's final evolution is not strength, but mercy. On the 5th anniversary of the treaty, a new species, the Roker Dominion, joined the council. Fierce and young, they reminded Chen of humanity's own past arrogance. During the welcoming assembly, their warlord smirked and said, "You claim peace, yet you arm yourselves with the most powerful weapons in the stars. Why?" Chen looked out at the galactic sea of lights. "Because peace without strength is a dream, and strength without mercy is extinction. We carry both, so that neither is forgotten." The chamber fell silent once again. Even the stars seemed to dim, as if listening. As Chen left the hall, Dr. Tanaka's voice echoed in his memory. "We are not the deadliest species in the galaxy because we fight best. We are the deadliest because we remember best."